Alright guys, so upon looking, we have deduced, right? Deduced.
Deduced? What? Gotta deduce.
Deduced. Alright guys, so here we are. What, a week later? 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks later from picking it up. And we're going to take out the transmission because it has no fluid in it. It's got everything except for everything.
It almost went into gear. Like, I almost got it in reverse when we tried to back it in here. So, real quick, we're over at our buddy's house. He's got a lift, so we're going to use that to our advantage. Because doing a transmission on the ground is pain in the butt.
Yeah, I don't want to do it on my back. So, it should be fairly simple. Well, we got to get this out of our way. A couple things. They're pretty simple. This car has been a victim of mice. Chewed up here. So we'll have to either get a new pigtail or something, but that's not today. So we're going to take the battery out. We're going to move this out of our way. Take the transmission cooler lines off. There's a couple bolts back here, down here.
Just the standard shifter cable, some power cords,
cable.
You know, bell housing bolts, torque converter bolts. We'll probably have to remove the starter underneath, but once we get it up, we'll be able to see everything underneath there.
Yeah. So.
All right, so we haven't been under here since we got the car. We literally picked it up that night. It started raining like crazy on the way home. So we basically just it was insane. We couldn't see where we were going, nothing. And so basically we just pushed it out here and we're like, we'll be back. And here we are a week and a half later. And it's covered in oil. Like, it is absolutely covered in oil. The extremely intelligent mechanics that were working on it before, instead of taking down the shield, decided to cut it.
Yeah, it's here
and here, so they don't have to worry about it anymore. It's good. It's good. So he drained the fluid. We're gonna double check that by, you know, pulling the drain plug. Real simple. So we'll check it. I'm thinking we should just look up how many quarts of oil it takes, top it off, see what it does.
Yeah. There's no O'Reilly's down the road. Here you go, bro.
Blake was laughing that there's 2 videos that he watched.
Yeah, drained it all right.
Yeah, he drained it all, that's for sure. How's it look?
It's actually, this is dark.
It smells disgusting.
It smells dark. There could have been something just trying to reverse.
There's something for it.
Yeah. Yeah, but if you put new fluid in it does smell. It
smells terrible. I mean, it doesn't look bad.
No, it's clear. You know. No, it's not.
Now we figured out that it's been leaking coolant. It's got
Where'd I put that flashlight?
It's on the toolbox over there.
Yeah, we looked underneath. I just blinded crap out of myself. We looked underneath.
I do that every time.
And let me see if I can get. Okay, right here. Can't really tell, but it looks like it's seeping. It's corroded, and underneath, it's pretty wet. Also, we found that it has 0 coolant. So we're going to pressure test it and
well, I was looking for your
see if it seeps out. And
coolant pressure tester.
If it had no coolant in it, the transmission is cooled by coolant, right?
The what?
It's cooled by the...
Well, they got transmission cooler lines run through the radiator that are next to the coolant. So, I think she's still there. No, sure, still here. Yeah, we went right at the door. I put it in here and it actually went in reverse for a minute. what? I moved it like 5 foot and then it stopped moving. Well, we got a coolant leak and the water pump looks all nasty and corroded. And so we're thinking that's part of the transmission problem. We drained out about a quart. We're thinking about going and getting fluid for it and slap it in there and see what it does. But my opinion is it's almost better off just yank it out, because if they did run it on no fluid, like we did when we put it on the trailer, and it got hot because of the water pump, it's no good anyway. Might as well just yank it.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we broke one. This one's loose though. We'll probably pump it out because it's probably going to be like a press-in stud right there. Press the stud in because we got to remove the exhaust to basically remove the subframe to get the transmission out. And so far these all broke free. I got the one off. It's really hot because we were heating it with a torch. But these are both loosened. I'm just gonna put a bigger one size up socket on it because they're snug on the size down that it is. I'll put the next size up so it just takes it out easier. Well, we've been fighting this for a while and dinking around on other stuff for a little while, and we found out that there's a threaded spot on the back of this that you can run a bolt in, and it spreads the ball joint so that you can take it off. And like this side was so corroded, it did not want to come because it's aluminum on steel. So we probably should replace like that ball joint because of how bad we beat it up, but it still works, so we're probably gonna leave it. And then that subframe is pretty much just hanging by 2 bolts, and that's it. So we're gonna hopefully not drop it while we try to take it out. So you'll see that happen.
So we took this out. We've got this bolt. We took out this bolt, this bolt. We took out the axles. So now we gotta get the starter out, and then we'll be able to get access to the flywheel right there.
Get the torque converter bolts out.
Get the torque converter bolts out, and then
Oh yeah, left of the bell.
the bell housing, and then we'll drop the car down, and there's 3 bolts up top that are holding it in, and we should be able to drop it. And then we'll have the transmission out. And then what? We're gonna put the cradle back in?
I think, yeah, we're gonna put the cradle back in, and then that way we can basically push it out and not take the lift up, and then we'll take this to the transmission guy, and then I'll talk to him. I might get some footage, I don't know, we'll see. It'd be kind of cool to have him at least tear it down and then get a idea of what needs to be replaced and what he's going to put into it, and what common issues with these are, if he's done a lot of them or not. He usually knows by now because of the age of the transmission and stuff and how long it's been.
And we got to replace the water pump.
Yeah, the water
This
pump.
is all coolant. All right, guys. Well, that's what the transmission used to be. Then sky high. Now it's there. Our redneck engineering said, well, we got these foam pads. The front tires are off, so we'll put the car all the way down as far as it'll go and set the transmission on the pads and then take it off.
Then just, you know, pry it off, let it fall.
Bad idea. Good, it worked. And the transmission didn't have a lot of fluid in it.
It really doesn't have any fluid in it now.
Yeah, it's all gone. So we got transmission fluid
Everywhere.
all over those mats. That dark spot's transmission fluid. The good thing is it's not a truck transmission where it's freaking heavy. It's not that heavy. So we're gonna load this up in the truck. We're gonna put the subframe back underneath of it so we can utilize putting the wheels on it, roll it back out of here so we don't use up the lift. It's gonna take a couple weeks for the transmission guy to go through it, fix it, and he'll go through it, check out all the clutch plates, change them, fix them up for us, and
Well, see, that's the thing. I don't know if it's because it just went straight to neutral. It could be like you know, a certain solenoid. The main shifter solenoid could be bad. It could be a bad valve body. It could be bad clutches. It's really weird. Like my truck was rebuilt, and the third gear, basically.
Chipmunk went up in his truck.
Squirrel.
What was it?
A chipmunk went straight up under his wheel and up in his truck.
That's funny. Basically, I had, I don't even know what I was talking about.
All right, guys. Thanks for tuning in to Grandma's Garage. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. That gives us...
It helps us make more content, you know, produce more for you guys. We enjoy doing this. I hope you enjoy watching it. It's one of those things where if you can help us by subscribing and watching. I did notice only like 50% of you are subscribed. So I really appreciate it if you did hit that subscribe button to see what's coming out next. We're going to try to do weekly uploads. This one should come out on the 3rd week in a row. So we're trying to get it every Thursday or Friday of the week. So cross your fingers. I'm hoping we keep it up.
All right, guys. That's it.